Aloha and welcome everyone to another weekly update of vacation rentals here on Oahu. Continues to be a busy time for new listings coming on the market. A total of 18 new properties this past week. Keep in mind though that 6 of these, you can see cumulative days on market, are just being relisted and being brought back on market. And although we have a lot of new listings this week, it's going to go pretty quick because there are some units at Moana as well as Ritz-Carlton and Trump, which is now Kalahi. As I've mentioned many times in the past, I don't go in detail of those buildings or units because they just don't make appealing investment opportunities for most investors. The numbers just don't really work. That being said, let's get this start right here with this studio over Ala Moana Hotel. Okay, this is a studio on the 7th floor. Larger floor plan, 297 square feet, 7 days on the market, asking $212. Here's your views here. This is a 2-bed, obviously layout, your monthly fees and what it covers. Not a bad price in my opinion for these views. Another studio at Ala Moana on the 17th floor, 297 square feet, asking $220. City ocean views. Just keep in mind though, this is Ala Moana Center, and at some point it's been said that this parking lot over here is going to be developed into a high-rise. So, I mean, it could be years away, but I would, if I had a buyer buying potentially this unit, I'd want to make sure that they're clear that at some point they could potentially lose this view here, and most likely they will. Palms at Waikiki, studio on the 4th floor, 271 square feet, price at $315,000. You can see here hotel furnishings, just city views. Here's your monthly fees right down here. If you're not familiar with this location, it's over on the other side of Waikiki, right off Ala Moana. Pretty convenient location to a lot of things, but if you have your units facing Ala Moana Boulevard, most likely you're going to be dealing with some street noise unless you go really on a higher floor. But even then, if you're on the lanai, you're going to be dealing with some street noise and even some pedestrian noise at times. And these units can be fully customized, unlike Ala Moana, where Ala Moana Hotel, all the furnishings are limited common area furnishings, so you can't really do any customization, except for maybe some wall art and maybe a different comforter and maybe a lamp in the room. But this is not a bad price. This is looking on the other side of the building, so this will be a little quieter. Here's a pretty nice unit over at Kuhio Village on the 3rd floor, but quite small, 206 square feet, price at $320. Here's your fees down here, what it covers. This is really a bare bones kind of entry-level building for investors and travelers to Oahu. You can sometimes get nightly rates if the units. This is a nicely well-maintained unit, but there's some pretty rough units in the building that I've seen like below $80 a night at times. And some of these units do have 2 lanais. This is not a bad layout for the limited square footage. And some pretty artistic photos. I mean, it's a nice job with the listing agent with the photos, and the unit shows really well. I mean, great looking unit for Kuhio. Just with that square footage though, I'm a little concerned at that price point. Now, you know, we're at Palms at Waikiki. This is another studio, 271 square feet on the 6th floor, priced at $335. Another hotel furnished with the 2 beds. I'm not going to show you many pictures because it's just very similar to the prior unit we looked at. And this is also a westward facing unit, so you're on the quieter side of the building. Luana Waikiki studio on the 14th floor, 307 square feet, priced at $445. City ocean views. Fees down here. If you're not familiar with Luana Waikiki, located just on Kalakaua, also over on the other side of Waikiki. Love this building, love these units. And this is not a bad stack. So obviously Kalakaua gets a lot of traffic here. So even on this floor, you're going to be dealing with some street noise when you're out on the lanai. But pretty views. Going to have some beautiful sunsets. Hotel furnishings, vast majority of the units just all look similar to this studio. And most units do not come with parking. There are some one bedrooms that do come with parking stalls. It's very, very limited though. This is a mezzanine floor, nice area. Has a pretty nice pool deck, exercise room, little barbecue area. But it is set back from the ocean quite a bit. But on that floor, a pretty attractive price point. Bamboo on the third floor, another studio, 310 square feet, price at $459. Here's your views here. And this unit's been on the market for, I think, over 400 days. They took it off for a while, put it back on. And just based on comps, this is extremely overpriced. I have a client who owns a unit on the third floor, and he paid, I believe it was $327 about a year and a half ago. So hotel furnishings. And I like this floor plan where when you walk in, you have the bedroom, and then to the left, the kitchen and the bathroom are just tucked back here. So it creates some nice privacy from the bedroom space. But that's just extremely high. There's one bedrooms in the building that sell around this price point. Ritz-Carlton, 400 square foot studio on the 11th floor, price at $530,000. This the units are known to have some really incredible views. Here's your fees down here. If you have any specific questions about the unit or the property itself, just contact me directly. Moana, this is a one bed, one bath, 534 square feet on the 33rd floor. Even though I'm not a huge fan of this building because all the restrictions they have, I do like these one bedrooms, price at $549. This is pretty much in line with comps, but here's your fees down here, quite expensive. But the main attraction for me on this building is, again, you cannot customize the units, so it's really difficult to get your unit to stand out and capture people's attention when they're searching through listings. And you're allowed to self-manage, use third-party management companies in this building. But if I owned in here, I would either do a self-management or just have the hotel deal with it. A lot of the larger management companies just don't want to deal with managing these units again because there are certain restrictions. Just the building association makes it challenging. But, definitely it's got the hotel feel. And if I had clients who are looking at this price point for a one bedroom, I would steer them to other buildings in Waikiki. Pacific Monarch, this is a unit just being brought back on the market on the 8th floor, 352 square feet, price is $565. So your fees down here. I'm actually surprised that this hasn't gone in escrow. It's quite nice. And not too long ago, Pacific Monarch, they renovated the lobby area, this exterior here, then also the pool deck. It's the only vacation rental property in Waikiki that has a rooftop pool deck that has really incredible views. There's also a sauna up there, recreational room, TV room. But this is nicely done. Yeah, here's the pool deck area, barbecue area as well. But maybe that'll move sooner than later. Ritz-Carlton, spacious studio, 543 square feet on the 16th floor, price at $738. Look at nicely furnished and beautiful views. Waikiki Banyan, there are now 29 units on the market at Waikiki Banyan. Still remarkable. This one's a one bed, one bath, smallest floor plan of 533 square feet. Malka Tower on the 21st floor, price is $749. Here's your views here. Fees here, everything it covers. Pretty much a good thing about this, although these fees here covers a special assessment that runs through 2025, but really everything's included: internet, cable TV, electricity, so that makes it very handy. I'm a big fan of this building. It makes good for an investment. I mean, there are some short-term risks in my opinion due to some pool deck renovations. They're also doing elevator renovations that's going to be disruptive to guests. And this unit could be rented out from day one, but if you want to maximize income, definitely I'd recommend a full renovation. And if you're looking for a property in the quality buildings in Waikiki and you want management, I recommend you check out Island Stays Hawaii, which is the property management division of our company, Halepuna Real Estate. And, we currently we only manage a handful of units, but owners are very happy, guests are very happy. We started managing our first unit back in August of last year, and we've only gotten one 4-star review. Otherwise, it's all been 5-star. And that one 4-star review was a guest who, his first comment was the host was the best host he's ever had, but he complained about some features about the building, the unit, which we already disclosed in the listing. So I consider it really unfair that he was being critical about things that we disclosed in the listing, because we really try to set expectations for guests to make sure they're not surprised about anything about the building or unit upon their arrival. But we do have a 5-star guarantee because we really stand by our service, and our goal is to be the premier vacation rental management company on Oahu and also throughout the Hawaiian Islands. So if you're not looking on Oahu, we're looking to expand soon to Big Island and also to Maui and Kauai. So any questions regarding management, you're welcome to contact me anytime. Okay, moving on to Ilikai. This is a unit on the 22nd floor. This agent's calling it a studio, but vast majority of all agents call it a 1-bedroom. I'll just remind you, if you watched this before, I started to reiterate, but if you're new, I just want to disclose it, that if you want to own a unit on the 2nd floor or floors 23 through 25 and you want to do nightly rentals, if you do not use the hotel's management services, you still have to pay for the hotel's daily house cleaning services as well as their maintenance services. And that adds a bunch of expenses to your annual fees. So really it's best if you own on these floors is just let the hotel manage it to avoid those other add-on fees. So here we have a 1-bed, 1-bath over Pacific Monarch on the 31st floor. These are smaller 1-bedrooms, 443 square feet, priced at $980,000. This unit's gonna have some great views. This is in one of the best stacks. And here's your monthly fees here. And this is a really kind of a peculiar situation. So the owner of this unit bought this unit back in November of last year and also bought another unit at the same time. Both were cash acquisitions. The other unit he bought, he put it back on the market for sale in under a week. And I contacted the listing agent just because it's just so peculiar. And he just told me that the person ran into some financial problems, needed to get the cash. So here we're going with this one. I mean, just a few months later, going back on market. He bought this unit off market, again, back in November last year for $830,000. The other unit, he also paid $830,000 and he was able to sell for $850,000, which, he didn't make any money when you factor in real estate fees and just your closing costs, but definitely making money on this. But this is a really high price point. These units with these views are really rare, so someone might offer $980,000, but I don't see how you're really making any money at that price point. I would definitely recommend. There's other units and other buildings that you can buy a 2-bedroom for this price point, which I'd recommend, that have, I'd say, maybe even better views. But this is just really, really unique that someone would buy 2 units and put them back on the market so quickly. Trump Tower, which is now Kalahi. I still don't know why they don't change this name here. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, just a little over 1,100 square feet on 11th floor. Price just under $1.5 million. Ritz-Carlton, and all these last few new listings are just units I'm going to go over very quickly because, again, they just don't make real appealing opportunities for investors. So 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet, 28th floor, price just under $2.4 million. Another one at the Ritz, 33rd floor, so 3-bed, 3-bath, just over 1,600 square feet, price for $3.5. Beautiful unit. Another one at the Ritz Penthouse, 3-bed, 3.5 bath, almost 24. Pretty grand, 5.6. Very stellar property. Now moving on to sold Ala Moana studio on the 11th floor, 74 days on the market, price at $173, or sold at $173. Bamboo. So here's a good comp to the other one that just came on the market. This is on the 9th floor, 240 square feet, $269. I would definitely prefer this unit versus that new one that just came on the market this week. Island Colony on the 21st floor. This was a nice unit here, 72 days on the market. Had a client express some interest in it, but obviously decided to pass. Sold for $338. Luana Waikiki, 6th floor. Decent comp to the new one that came on the market this week. Sold for $410. Long time on the market. Ilikai Marina studio on the 14th floor. I'm a fan of these studios over in this building. They're quite spacious. I really like the floor plan. $449. Someone liked that one for 6 days on the market. Another one, Ilikai Marina on the 2nd floor. 1 bed, 1 bath. 651 square feet. $670,000. Ritz-Carlton studio on the 10th floor. 10 days on the market. Quick transaction. $695. Kalahi, 62 days on the market. Studio on the 20th floor. $710,000. Ilikai on the 4th floor. I like this unit. I was surprised it was on the market for so long. So here's an example. Same square footage. Calling it a 1 bedroom. 94 days on the market. To me, I think that's a good price. I really like this stack, even though I prefer a higher floor because you're going to get some noise here from the restaurant and just the common area deck. Pacific Monarch. So this is the other unit that seller bought back in November. So again, he paid $830, selling for $850. 22 days on the market. Also had some good views here. Kulim Estates West over on the North Shore. Nice townhome. Studio, 621 square feet. 1.04. This is a really beautiful townhome. That's a congratulations to the buyer there. And last new listing is this beautiful unit over at Ritz-Carlton on the 36th floor. 3 bed, 3 bath. $3.5 million. Well, that's it for another update of vacation rentals here on Oahu. Any questions at all about real estate here on Oahu or the outer islands, contact me anytime. I'm happy to answer any questions or refer you out to an agent on the island who might be a great service to you. But until next week, you take care.